all saved and doing good in school and got a car, ain't nothing wrong with the car and everything's going fine. It's easier to praise the Lord and trust in the Lord then. But I want to talk about trusting in the Lord when it seems like God doesn't hear your prayers.
Come on now.
Just knowing that God's timing is not our timing. We need to learn how to just trust in the Lord no matter what happens. There's been many characters in the Bible who prayed to God, and it seemed like God answered their prayers immediately. And you know, with us, you know, we live in this world. We want everything like this. Like that can make or break us, especially when you first come to being saved. Like saying, if you get saved and you get on your knees and pray, and God just gives you everything you want, that'll make you be a super Christian. But most people don't get that, so they wind up turning back to the world. In the book of Daniel, King Nebuchadnezzar had dreamed a dream, and his dream was he had in the middle of the night where he couldn't go back to sleep. By the time he woke up in that morning, he couldn't even remember his dream. So he called for all the musicians, the sorcerers, the astrologers to tell him the dream and the interpretation. And of course, none of them couldn't do it. They almost felt like it was like absurd for him to ask him to do something like that. They couldn't nobody do nothing like that. Of course, they would have gave him interpretation if he would have gave him the dream. They would have said anything. But the king was like, "Tell me the dream, or I'm gonna kill I'm killing all of y'all and all the wise men of Israel. I mean, the wise men of Babylon." So Daniel, and that includes Daniel, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. And Daniel, him and his friends prayed to God, and God answered him immediately. During that night, God gave him a vision about the dream and the interpretation. And if he didn't answer, if he didn't tell the king what the dream was, they was gonna kill him. So God came through right on time. There's plenty of stories in the Bible where it's prophets and people of God prayed and God sent them, they answered them immediately. Like Hannah is another example. Hannah was the wife of Eli the priest. And God had shut up her womb where she couldn't have kids. She was barren. And when Hannah was very bitter and very sad because she couldn't have kids. So she went to the temple and prayed and cried out to God and asked God to give her a son. She vowed not to drink wine nor strong drink or give the Lord back her son for the priesthood. And God answered her and gave her Samuel. Another example. King Hezekiah, during the time of his when he was king, you know, a lot of kings back in the old days, they did evil in the sight of the Lord. It was a handful of kings that did right in the sight of the Lord. He was one of them. And at that time, the king of Assyria was in power. He had went through all the nations and destroyed all the other kingdoms and just basically took over. And he went to Hezekiah and told Hezekiah, you know, to surrender and bow down to him. But Hezekiah was like, "No, we're not going to do that." And even the king of Syria told Hezekiah's people not to believe in God. God's not going to deliver you. He blasphemed the Lord. He said all the other kingdoms, they prayed to their gods, and I destroyed them and their gods and their graven images. So the king Hezekiah was like, "No, we're gonna pray to the Lord for deliverance." And the Lord answered his prayers. He did not only answer his prayers, he did it in a miraculous way that had never happened before in history. He sent the angel of the Lord to fight for him. He said that he wouldn't even that the king of Syria wouldn't even come to their kingdom. So the angel of the Lord went before them and killed thousands of the Assyrian army. And the king of Assyria tried to escape that. He wound up fleeing or whatever. But how you can't run from the Lord.
Yes.
So the Lord had his own kids to kill him and take over his kingdom.
The power is not yours, it's the Lord.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There are many other instances where men and women prayed to the Lord and God answered and showed up instantly. And you know that through just being alive on this earth, people have testimonies of having cancer, being healed. They prayed to the Lord for healing, they got healed. People, all kinds of testimonies and miracles that God has done.
Yes.
You think to yourself, okay, I wish I could pray like that. I wish God would answer me like that. But through the testimonies and the Bible, we know that the Lord answers prayers. But somehow we as people personally feel like, because we might not